Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. And as you can see in this video, we are taking a look at a digital photo frame. Doesn't that look sweet? You know what though? Enough talk. Let's get right into this review. I wanted to show you the box because honestly, it looks like it's a wrapped present already. They even have a bow on there for us. All right, so this is a digital picture frame. It does have a 10.1 inch LCD touchscreen. It's 1280 by 800. It is high def. Let's open this up and take a closer look. Inside the box, we do, of course, have our picture frame. I like the black frame that goes around. It looks classic. We do have a proprietary plug. This is not a charger. It has to be plugged in at all times. There's a kickstand there, of course, is our directions. As per this video, this has a retail price of right around $70. I have seen it on sale from time to time, but most time it just hits that $70 mark. It does have a 32 gigabyte internal storage, but you can also expand that with a MicroSD card. I think they said up to additional 32 gigs, which gives you like 40,000 pictures. I was excited to see that this uses the Frameo app. That's already on most phones, and so you can wirelessly share pictures and small videos from anywhere in the world as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection. That is pretty sweet. I want to show you some of the ports that we have. Of course, this little pinhole is your reset slot. If you ever had to reset it, you'd stick a pin in there to reset. Then we have a micro USB. That's important because you can actually connect this to your computer and transfer your photos that way. We do have our micro SD card slot right there, and of course this is where our power plug will go. Continuing here on the back, we have our power button turning on and off. You do have some speakers because it does allow short videos that can be played. Of course, sound could go with that. I thought this was cool that you do have typical mounting hardware spots if you wanted to mount this on the wall like a typical picture frame. We, of course, will be using the included stand, and that's going to hook up right up here. We'll show you that in just a second. It should be known this can be used both horizontally or vertically. I'm going to use it right here in the horizontal. So what I'll take is this little plug that goes in the bottom, stick it in, slide it over, and now it's going to be ready to show my pictures. Let's plug this in, turn it around, get the app set up, and start loading some photos. We've plugged in the picture frame for the very first time. You can see that it has that Frameo logo right there. I should say that the plug was 5 feet long, so that's important because that's as far as you have from the plug to the picture frame. All right, we already know not to unplug it. We're going to hit OK. I guess it's going to say OK in 15 seconds. I'm just waiting to get into the app. So you're never supposed to disconnect the power while it's running, so you should shut it off utilizing the power button. That's important to know. I kind of wish it had a small battery backup, therefore you don't worry about things like power outages, maybe on a future generation. There are some things that you're going to have to set up. I'm choosing English. I was actually already pre-selected, so let's put next. Now you're going to have to hook it up to your local internet, so let's hit one of those and hit next. We went through the local settings. Now it's time for us to download and install an update. Already on our picture frame, I appreciate the connectivity to the Wi-Fi, making sure that my picture frame always works. Let's let this update and hopefully we can start sending some photos soon. I like the option to be able to back up your Frameo frame because if this were to ever go bad, you can at least back it up from an existing file. I don't have one of those, so I'm going to set this up as new, but it's at least good to know that I can do that as long as I have a restored backup file. Are you ready to add a friend to your frame? So what you're supposed to do is you just click on this little button right here that says Add Friend. And it's going to populate a number. And so on your Frameo app, you can actually do one of two things. You can scan that QR code, or you can just enter the code. What I'm going to do is enter the code just as it's written right there. I should note that these codes are only good for 12 hours and they do expire. So if you're sharing this code with others, make sure they do it within that 12-hour time period. Otherwise, you'll have to generate a new code. Let's click OK. Now that has gone through, let's click these 3 little tabs at the top left of our app and connected frames, and you can see that our frame is right there and online. We can click on that. This just lets us know that the frame is online and ready to accept pictures. Now to actually send photos to the frame, what I've done is I've opened up my photo album. I'm just going to click on this first one. It's a review that I did not that long ago. I'm going to click the share button, which is that sort of triangle looking thing with the 3 dots. I'm going to click on Frameo. Let's send it to the frame by hitting this red arrow. You can choose to do a little caption if you want to, and let's send that photo. So as soon as we click send, it automatically received it and gave us a little audible noise on the frame itself. That's pretty cool. I've actually removed all the photos from the frame because I wanted to show you a feature that I found as I've been using it. So let's upload this picture. This is just like the other ones. It's a recent review that I've done. I'm just going to send it to there. We can just write, hey, and then send the photo. I want to draw your attention to this little button that says fit to frame in the middle. So if you see the example it gives me, it says shut the box review, and it doesn't spell the whole word. And that's exactly how it's going to wind up on the frame. Watch this. You see how it's cut off there at the end? So it's important for you to actually preview that, because let's send this picture again to the Frameo app. I'm actually going to click that fit to frame button and see how it made the picture a little smaller. This just happens to be if you use widescreen on your camera, it's going to give you a little bit of a pillar box on the top and the bottom. Our new photo has arrived. You can see it's a little smaller, but you can see the entire thing. I also thought this was cool. If you click on it, you can actually add a reaction. So let's hit like, and then the person who sent you that will actually get a thing that, you know what? Graham liked the video or the picture. That's cool. Let's actually utilize the touchscreen itself to edit or delete any of the photos. So what I have here is I can go on, click on my photos. Remember this one we picked that was the earlier one? We did not like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click delete, and it's no longer as one of my photos that will be cycling through. If you ended up uploading a photo that was not exactly how you wanted it, like this one, the review is cut off, you just tap on the screen, you click the adjust button, and you can actually click fit to frame here, and then it'll shrink it down so you can see the whole picture. So all is not lost if you accidentally uploaded it incorrectly, then hit check. There you go. The last thing I want to show you is entering into the settings menu, because I want to make sure you know how to back up and restore. I've installed a MicroSD card. This one was 32 gigs. I'll link down in the description the one that I chose. Just click back up and restore. I've already clicked on this once, but you just click on this little part right here. See how it says automatic backup? So I want to make sure that is on, because then realistically, anytime pictures come in, it'll automatically back up. This one says the next backup is going to be in about 15 or so minutes, so that's good. And what that does, it actually creates a storage drive of all of your pictures. So if something were to go wrong with the screen, you can take out that drive, put it into a new screen, and there you go, your pictures are all safe. In this video, we're taking a look at a digital picture frame. So what do we think of it? First things first, let's talk about that price point. It was just under $70. And in my opinion, that is actually a really good deal, especially if you look at other frames that are very similar. This one is at the lower end as far as cost goes. I love that it's geared towards the Frameo app, because it's an app that's quick and easy to use. And like I said earlier, it's installed on most cell phones. And if it's not, it's a simple download from your app store. I think this is a great gift for people, whether it's birthdays or Christmas or whatnot. And it's a great way to share pictures from all across the country or even the world, as long as you have a Wi-Fi signal. It was pretty easy to set up, although it does help if you have someone who has a little bit of technological knowledge behind them, but it was pretty easy to get up and running. Anyway, that was my full review of this digital picture frame. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day.